Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Oops Origami Livestream for June 27th, 2022. And I think I have a frozen Chris with me.
I might be back. Am I back?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was all three of my pings dropped out on that one.
Well, you are back. What are you drinking?
I am drinking some Wollersheim bottled and bond. So, yeah, bottled and bond bourbon.
Yeah. How is it?
Um, it's okay.
Yeah.
I would not call it my everyday sipper.
Okay. Yeah, I know we got some. Where the hell did we get some? I think it was when we went to Ijnala. Like that's what they had for their old fashions. And it was fine for an old fashioned. I wouldn't probably
Yeah.
sip it much.
Um, I've had a couple of things from Wollersheim now, and it I'm starting to figure out what their still tastes like. So it's not quite as distinctive as Great Lakes Distillery still,
Yeah.
but there you go. How about you? What do you got in your cup?
I think it's because I poured it like an hour ago and it's just been sitting here. I think it was Old Forester single barrel. I don't remember though.
Hmm,
I know I have some of that sitting around.
that's all right. Uh, let's see here. So, topics for today.
Yeah,
Um,
they're basically just what jumped out at me first.
yeah, not bad topics. Let's talk about Indian VPN logging.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that first.
Um,
Just because that's a weird.
it's so weird.
Well, I think
Like,
that's. I mean, that's the particular thing that stands out. But I mean, there's a lot of questions. What all needs to be logged and for who? And because boy, if I'm a U.S. company, uh, have some Indian users, what what would be my reasons to even bother trying to comply with that? I know a lot of the personal VPN services have well, basically all they did was just get rid of their servers in India, and that's kind of
right.
their way. Oh, yeah.
This is the FAQ from them on this topic. Man.
Well, and I would take them more seriously if they even bothered trying to stop call centers after call centers after call centers just filled with scammers.
Correct. Like, it's almost like this is just one way to continue to scam the industry.
Yeah, could be. Oh, we got a friend here.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It goes. Apologize for being a few minutes tardy here, gentlemen.
Oh, you are
Um,
fine.
I was working on my boat trailer, replacing the lighting, and when I set a timer for 5 minutes before this to come back in, and then so I had two missed calls from my dad. I'm like, something might be wrong. So, but nothing was wrong. So,
Good to hear. Good to hear.
yeah.
And how's the boat trailer doing?
It's good. I need to get some. So for some reason, if I have them, I don't know where they are, but I don't have like the I ring crimp, like the end wire crimp rings or whatever they are called. If I have them, I don't think I have any of those, but to go get a few of them. So other than that,
everybody has a box of those they got from their dad, along with the yellow-handled crimpers for them.
Yes. I mean, I have like every other possible wire, adapter, connector, nut that you could think. Well, I'm sure once I buy them, I will find them again. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. How is everybody today?
I don't even know where mine are because I haven't used them in a while.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I'm. We just started talking about VPN, Indian VPN logging.
Yeah.
I don't know if you happen to see that news from the last week.
Yeah. I mean, is this just like the China thing that everybody circumvents anyways?
Well, in practice, perhaps.
Yeah, because there's going to be there. I mean, there's a lot of contractors in China or India, right?
Oh yeah.
All the contractors. Yeah.
I'm just wondering where, if anybody's going to really bother trying to comply with it.
How are they going to enforce it?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up the PDF that Chris just sent me, and it's timing out. So
too much traffic.
Yeah, too much traffic.
Oh, that could be.
Actually, it might be. No, it might be that your connection is too performant. And they filter for that kind of thing.
Yeah, that could be. Or it's infected with malware and my Apollo is stepping on it.
Great.
It could be.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Their website is super interesting. I mean, I've seen worse websites, but
seen better too.
Oh yeah. Like is this canned website code number 12 or 13? I'm not sure.
Which WordPress template did they use? Yeah, right. I can't get to their site at all. Not sure why.
Oh, that's fun. If you want to file public grievances, it goes to an external website. Oh, let's see where it takes me. You only live once. Oh, it's even a pop-up. It's the pgportal.gov.in.
Okay.
Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. Okay.
It's convenient.
I'm just wondering if, like, what the scope of what they actually want is. Just because it's so broadly.
Right. I'm trying to figure it out. Wowzers. Fake apps? All right. There's access to social media accounts. I like that they have they've got this page of definitions, and it's attacks or malicious/suspicious activities affecting systems, servers, networks, software applications related to big data, blockchain, virtual assets, virtual asset exchanges, custodian wallets, robotics, 3D and 4D printing, additive manufacturing, and drones.
That's a broad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot.
Well, it's a lot of things, but it's actually a relatively narrow scope overall. It's crypto and high-techy
Hi,
kind of shit.
I'm back.
I mean, 3D printing, how does that work in the blockchain?
I got nothing, man.
Have AI in there? Or they run out of room to
I'm
put
not sure.
buzzwords?
What is 4D printing? I mean, really?
Print through
You-
time,
you-
man.
Yeah, like it takes time to print.
Yeah.
I guess all 3D
Good
printing
question.
would be 4D.
I mean, I know what 4D was when like you went and saw the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yeah.
That's where they squirted you with water.
Yep.
The fourth dimension was water.
Maybe it's scratch and sniff 3D print. That's
Thanks
a
for
little
that
bit better.
super loud ASMR.
I think you got a little bit of the schmoo off of there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. It's less hazy. However, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, right, Jesse?
Kind of.
How is your internet out there? Because you look fine.
I have yet to set up any real monitoring on it, but so far so good. Haven't had any real issues with it. It's local provider Comcast business class. Yeah.
Yeah, because Chris should have a decent connection, but
Totally should, but it's just trash.
it actually looks a lot better now. It was a little chunky when we first came on, but
Is it the? It's the connection, not like your internal stuff, right?
I mean, anything's possible. A little bit of the shoemaker's children here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of latency. Not a lot of.
Mine's pretty.
Not too much jitter.
It should be pretty much flat.
Yeah.
Like it should be 0.
Yeah, but you know.
Mine's like 0. I'm like looking at it now.
your jitter.
Yeah. And as far as I know, I've never had any real like VoIP problems with like Skype calling or Teams or whatever have you.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, anyways.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's I'm gonna drop off for a second. Maybe this will be
Alright.
better.
Well, he didn't drop off. He just froze.
Maybe it takes a minute for him to.
Oh,
for it to
there you
connect.
go.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Needs some SD-WAN in his life.
He does need SD-WAN in his life. We all do. There's I saw a news article. There's like some grant to get like remote, like service providers that provide rural internet for like not working necessarily where I'm at, but like that one house like in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Yeah.
It's all wireless. I don't know what Wi-Fi wireless they use. I don't know if it's consumer band or I don't know.
Probably either. Yeah, it's probably just some consumer stuff, or at best it'll be like 60 gigahertz point to point. But it's probably like a point to multi-point or like a
Yeah.
WiMAX.
The pictures I saw them setting up like little dishes around.
Yeah.
So it's probably like the 55 gigahertz or above or something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of
Yeah.
upper bands.
Yeah. So I saw that there was like a big push to get that for. It's got to be for like the really remote houses and so forth.
See, now they're finally trying to do it now that Starlink is out.
Yeah, and that's a lot of things can be even with urban settings, like having a little wireless antenna hanging out of your your gutter system or whatever in your house, or just even off your apartment building. Pick up something other than the local cable connection. A little
Yeah.
competition to bring prices down.
Oh yeah, competition's always good,
Yeah.
especially for those very rural customers that have no other choices.
Yeah.
I mean, they've always had the choice of crappy satellite or really crappy satellite.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, or if they're not if they're not super far, maybe some flavor of DSL. Once again, crappy.
Yeah, you'd think that like at least the 3Gs of the world are like the antenna, like the towers are pretty, like you're hitting like the 98th, 99th percentile of people. You would think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But there's got to be
And that's
some
going to get
probably
well in
better.
a lot of those areas. 5G on the lower bands goes
Yeah.
pretty damn far.
Yeah.
I mean, especially those like 700 megahertz bands that T-Mobile got. They're going to be able to cover a lot of area.
Yeah.
So I mean, for people that something like Starlink is overkill, either price wise or for whatever reason,
Yeah.
man, just an LTE, well, 5G connection may be all they really need.
Yeah, and as long as you can get a solid, you know, what do you call it, 20 meg for a household, that's plenty of bandwidth to be
Yeah,
doing
you do 20-ish. That's enough to stream
stream
one
stuff.
screen worth of something. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you might even be able to get 4K if you have a backwind, a tailwind.
yes. I don't know what the compression rate is. I guess it depends on your service. I don't know what like the Netflix 4K streaming requirements are for 4K. I've never looked it up.
It varies
Yeah.
because they have 4K 30 frames per second, 4K 60 frames.
60. Yeah.
They have the HDR, the 10-bit color.
Yeah.
All all affects it.
Yeah. I've been watching my internet and it's been pretty consistent. I got to set up, smoke ping or some sort of historical, so I can really see what's going on over time.
Yeah. Well,
My neighbor says his internet drops out like just after dinner time, like 6 o'clock every day.
huh.
And I've never. He's like he's rebooting modems and routers. And I've never experienced that, so I don't know what he's got over there even. So
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah,
I mean,
he's not in the industry, so he doesn't really.
yeah, and people like that probably have everything on wireless,
Yeah,
so
and
it's probably
it's the
cutting
built-in
down.
wireless inside like the cube buried behind the water softener.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and even then they're fine most of the time. It's just when they have when they fire up the microwave, they rig to run without the door on.
Yes.
Then it gets a little wonky.
Yeah. So
I mean, I
I've
use
had-
one embedded in my microwave, rigged to run without the without the door on. So you make the signal stronger, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
you add more power. You just put it,
Right.
Yeah.
put it on popcorn and you're good.
It's the good stuff. So maybe this will be better.
Yeah, look fine now. You're all green on our end.
Yeah.
Yeah, reboot something.
Oh, switch to connection over.
Okay.
What?
Different wireless.
What?
We're on a
Different
wire.
wireless connection.
You're not moving.
Yeah. Well,
When should I
Is it
come
bi-
over and help you make that happen?
no, I have a wire. Have a
Oh.
wire. And a really nice dock, and the two are not playing. The dock is not playing well with the laptop right now. So, but rather than troubleshoot that now,
Yeah, we can do that another day.
right? On the plus side, this is going to give me a really good chance to test out this wireless connection.
Oh,
So,
just a new AP or
yep, new AP.
okay.
So,
Huh.
so clearly, Jesse, could be something local.
It's always a possibility.
All right.
Everything's fine until it isn't.
Yeah. I think you cranked yours down to only 720 as well a while back, which helps a little bit.
Yeah, this should be like the easiest stream to hit. I'm actually down. No, it's pulling 480.
Yeah,
So
mine's kind of defaulted to 40. I'm looking at it now. Let's do full 1080.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
A lot better? Ooh.
No, you look no, not you. Chris.
Yeah, I popped up to 720. Let's see what happens if I go, full 4.8.
Just full send. Just full send it.
Here we go. Here you go. 1080. That's me. Now you can see
There you go.
warts and all.
Oh, now you got lag.
Yeah.
He seems okay.
Wow.
Oh, now it caught up.
Yeah.
But there was a good 300, maybe 400 milliseconds. You just.
Nah, I switched back to 720.
Yeah, 720
less
fine.
chance. Yeah.
Your webcam ain't putting out more than that, anyways. So.
No. I mean, I could switch to the laptop cam, and that's capable, but no. Yeah. There's just no point. I'm not that pretty.
Actually, things like because dark where it gets grainy screws up the compression. So actually, lightening everything up would help, or blurring the background.
Like this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dark where it gets all grainy because it tries to preserve as much of that grain as it can, and that just increases the bit rate for no.
Yeah. You want lights. You want lights like in front of you, like.
Yeah, you want darkness to fall off. Well.
Yeah, it should feel bright.
Yeah.
Mine's probably not the best. But.
Honestly, what would probably help a little bit is a little bit more backlighting, which I just
probably more in the. It should feel like
because the backlight would
light.
hollow out some of this stuff, right? Like if I was backlit well, it wouldn't even try. It'd just be like, nope, that's just black. In contrast.
Yeah, and you don't need to bring it all the way up, just
no,
a little bit.
No, I need to give a little TLC to my lighting.
Yeah, I just had to get a new ring light because my old one died. So now so I had to rework everything because I couldn't get the same ring light, so I had to get a different one. So now I had to change how my camera is mounted and how that's mounted. And now I'm a little bit high here.
I don't know.
Change that a little bit.
For video, 4 days I used when you did the video interviews, I used to just take just a couple swing arm lamps and put them right behind the camera.
Yeah.
Behind your laptop because it's too cheap and shitty to go buy some real.
Yeah. It helps.
It does help.
Swing arm desk lamps, at that range are just fine. Like you get multi-point light source, really fills you out as long as the color temperature is okay.
Yeah, definitely warm.
Yeah. Buy yourself some theatrical gel. You know, like green and fuchsia.
Yeah.
That is the one thing my new light is. My old one, yeah, I could just change the color temperature. Now I can actually do RGB on it, but
No.
Ooh.
and it's Bluetooth controllable. But I don't need all that. Oops.
So will I be able to finally buy a video card for my computer? Like
Yes.
in the stratosphere.
Miners are finally starting to liquidate, especially the ones in China, and just the fact that things aren't selling.
Yeah. Brings everything
Well,
back.
I mean, nobody's buying like pallets of video cards anymore.
Yes.
So yeah, it'll definitely be getting better.
Okay. That's good. I need that. I just need
Yeah.
a $300 one that doesn't cost $600.
Yeah, something like a 1660 would do just fine.
Sure. Yeah. I looked through my Newegg purchases when I built my computer, like because they say that like forever, and I remember I remember it, but I confirmed it. I didn't buy an upgraded video card at the time, and I probably would have been fine for 4K. But me, you know, I don't game, so I'm like, oh, why do I need a video card? You know, I don't need this. So
I have a 2060 that's not doing me any good at the moment. If you want to temporarily borrow something,
would it drive like double 4K with just regular video?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
I'll buy it off you. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, I know what to charge you for it.
Yeah.
So
All I need to do is just play 4K movies. I'm good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll do that.
Yeah. I'll play video games. The one I need, and I'll buy the second monitor. The one I have it's large, but it's I like it. I think I'll grow into it. Yeah. It's a lot of real estate.
Actually, we talked about monitors for half the last show, but yeah, I definitely need another one.
I think it was third.
You know, I feel like monitor prices need to come down again. The manufacturers don't want to hear that, but
Those seem. I thought that was reasonable. Am I wrong?
What? Oh, the
I had
monitor
a
prices?
32-inch 4K for $650. Is that high?
yeah,
Unless it's a nice one. Well, see, that's the thing. The
It's kind of
caliber of monitor you can get these days is way higher. I mean, you can get a $200 24-inch 4K, but you're
Yeah.
getting a $200 24-inch
It's all
4K.
washed out and gross.
Yeah. Or you can get something decent.
This is. It seems good. It's the LG. You know, whatever their model scheme is. Well reviewed, I guess. Probably nothing fancy, but probably nothing that's going to be crappy. Seems fun. I like it so far.
Yeah.
yeah. I've been using a 32-inch at work for 3 months now. Just not
You
a
like
fan.
that? No.
No.
Too
Nope.
big
It's like-
on one monitor.
It's like
Yeah.
It's like you're at a drive-through, and you're like, you have to, like, look
It's
back
really
to it.
not. It's not that the screen that it's too big. I mean, you just push it back a little farther, right?
Yeah.
But it's not big enough for you to really maximize your screen real estate. Like, you can't do a ton of stuff on a 32 that you couldn't do on like a 22 or a 24. Because like in a Windows environment, each application has a fair amount of stuff that they just pack into it, right? And as you move things around, they do weird things with it. So I would rather have, two 22s or two 24s than a 32 inch.
If you had
Yeah.
another one, would you be happy with that?
Two 32s?
Yeah.
How you have room for two 32s though? That's the problem.
By the time
Yeah.
you get them in field, right? Like, so you're not having to turn your head all the time. You've pushed them back far enough that they're basically like 22s or 24s.
Well, yeah, why not get 22s or 24s? Because like for 1080p monitors, 22 was always my favorite size.
Yep.
With 4K, I bumped that up to 24. And I like that size. I can do 2, or hell, you could even go 3 wide, not get too ridiculous. But then it's almost at the point, well, when you start going vertical with them or doing something else weird.
I mean, what I like and what I'm using is 2 sideways, right next to each other, and then 1 in the middle below, and then I just pop up my laptop down to the side to handle like messaging and things like that. So
I wish there were better USB monitors. Because if I could get like a 7 or 8 inch 1080p USB powered and driven monitor, that would that would be useful for me. Hell, I could get a couple of them. Throw your chat shit up on one. Well, hell, get a couple of them each with all the different chat programs I have to deal with every day. One to watch videos, one to do this, one to do that. And then I'll have my main 2 like 24 inchers to actually work on.
Right. Problem is the USB driven ones are not great.
No, they are not.
And Windows is like, I don't know what to do with that. You come back when you speak my language.
Yeah. And they're hard to like lay out so you can actually drag in a sane manner.
Right.
Yeah.
Although that's really true. Anytime you have monitors with a different pixel pitch or if you different scaling, it's supposed to pretty much line up, but it really doesn't. So you have 2 4Ks that are 24 inch and like a 1080p one that's 24 inch. Yeah, Windows doesn't want to line that up right.
Right.
Despite the fact that because of the scaling on the 4Ks, they should all be the same size in the little Windows thing where you drag them around your monitors.
Correct. Just wow. We got the yawns today.
Yeah, it happens.
It's the dulcet tones of the two of you speaking. Putting
Them velvet voices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are you drinking, Jesse?
The finest Coors Light.
It's some high quality stuff right there. Don't knock it.
Anytime I'm in the garage, it's always, domestic light beer,
Yeah. That's for hydration purposes.
Yeah.
Like I'm working in the garage. I don't want to get all messed up. I just want to sip on.
And yet again, I got to put a survey out to find where parallels align, but I swear we'll call it at least 8 out of 10 times is my garbage can is full, where I cannot put anything more in it. Does anybody else experience the same phenomenon?
I run out of recycling space before I run out of garbage.
I don't really recycle a lot, so
it really depends on the week for me. They pick up our trash twice as often as they do the recycling.
Yeah.
So
I don't really put a lot of effort in separating that out. Maybe that's my problem. The neighbor guy, he's like, he might have one bag in the garbage can. And mine, like, you cannot, like, I'm like doing this.
Yeah. See, we go through basically a bag and a half of garbage every week. But then we'll fill that, and they only take the recycling every other week, and we'll fill that damn thing up.
Yeah. They pick the garbage up every week, and it's like every week that thing is full.
it's a lot of trash.
Yeah. I guess I go through a lot of trash. Not sure why. But it's a thing.
That would be an interesting experiment. Just how much trash do you go through in a week? And what's in it?
Yeah. I mean, shame and regret and despair, you know.
Yeah. Ill-considered purchases.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Or the packaging from ill-considered purchases.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is mostly. Yeah.
Well, and don't forget the liquid juice from other ill-considered purchases.
Yes.
There's that, like, 2-gallon size bags full of just garbage goo,
Oof.
making you hope that your garbage bag doesn't spring a leak.
Yeah, you carrying your garbage to the can should be like a commercial for that garbage bag.
Yeah. All right. So
I'd put on here to talk about Broadcom, but since William's not here, he's the one that get all worked up about that.
He's our
Get all frothy.
He's our source of Broadcom information. Let's save it.
Yeah, we can save that one.
Other than the press release, there are a whole lot of implications behind.
Well, the new thing now is antitrust investigation from the EU. So I mean, like, it seems like a lot more impact to the industry is being passed where it impacts nation states. So I mean, when is it going to get to a point where it's like you got to have, American-made chips in your switches? I think Palo is like that because Palo contracts with the DoD, and I think they have to manufacture in state. I think. I don't know where I saw that. It makes sense.
I mean,
they're sensitive about some things.
Yeah.
At the same time, the U.S. has been like carrying the flag of globalization for a long time.
Yeah. Look what that got us. Yeah.
Yeah.
We make nothing but ideas, and ideas are easy to steal.
True.
Correct. Yeah. China steals all the stuff. All the stuff they steal.
Well, we make it really easy for them because we give them the plans because we have them make it for us.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have any intellectual property laws.
You might say that we export ideas.
Yeah.
And as long as we continue to come up with them, like, that's a lucrative business.
That might be plateauing.
It does seem like to a large extent, innovation is definitely not one of their strong points. So one thing, their new carrier that they just came out with, that came out with, it's not like they launch it like an iPhone.
I mean,
but their new carrier, their new aircraft carrier, I mean, It's not even nuclear powered.
Nope.
It's
Didn't
diesel.
they buy that? I thought they bought that aircraft carrier.
May have
Like
bought
off the market.
components,
Maybe.
but
But yeah, but China's not one to kind of spread its army around.
no, not really.
China,
Yeah,
I mean, China hasn't left its borders in like 300
right.
years.
They are not really a force projector. They are an economic projector that they're happy to do.
Yeah, and that they're good at.
They want to play in the realm within somewhere between 50 and 300 miles of Chinese shores.
Yeah.
That's,
South
that's
China
their
Sea.
buffer zone. I get it.
Right.
As far as actual aspirations, it's all economic.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably what
Economic colonialism.
They could kind of come. They could gobble up Taiwan.
Right. So here's the thing: if it weren't for Taiwan and a little bit Japan,
You are frozen, my friend.
am I back?
No.
Your video's frozen.
Yeah, your video's. Yeah, sorry, your video's frozen.
And end of my video. That's interesting. Those did not coincide, and my local was fine the entire time. So
Who's Chimdale Lake Man?
I don't know. It's a good name. Lake Man.
that's fun.
Oh, you know who that is, Brian?
I'm guessing.
Lake Man.
Well, yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't need a toe.
He's got it going good now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it weren't.
Oh, we lost your audio.
Now your audio is bad and your video is good.
Worse. Yeah, you're down to one little red block.
You got to figure out if that's internal or external. That should be easy.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yay! Look at me, all my green bars.
Your audio and video is done like a true systems guy.
Hey, somebody's got to hold that banner.
Yes.
I mean, with faint praise.
If it weren't for all the networking problems that I had to solve with tools that are inappropriate to the task as a systems guy, I'd have more time to work on my systems.
Yeah.
Well, you should have a network. You should have a network guy to blame for that.
I do.
You should be yelling at him to fix his stuff. Yeah.
Hey, I'll come over and fix your shit.
Yeah, I know you will. You got to own. At some point, you got to own your own stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
No. Anyway, my the summation of my statement was that nobody would care about China's vague buffer expansionism except for Taiwan and a little bit Japan. Right.
I don't think they care about Japan.
I think if they were left to their own devices and there wasn't pressure against them, they'd be like, meh, it's there.
I think Japan would abandon itself before.
Oh, no.
Just leave a note on the table. Hey, went to Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean, Japan is probably the only comparison in uniqueness in the world you could make to Japan would be North Korea. I mean, the Japanese there's no immigration. They hate everybody. They hate the Chinese. They hate the Koreans. They're 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 the most xenophobic society there is. They're
No,
dying
they are
population.
they are pretty
Like,
bad in
yeah,
that regard.
there's and they don't. I don't think they care.
No,
They're just like, we're gonna pull the Titanic down. You know, we may not pull the Titanic down, but we're going down.
no, this has worked for hundreds of years. We're good.
Yeah, like we're good.
Right.
Yeah, our books are thicker than your books. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, long history.
Long history.
I'm looking at pictures of China's new aircraft carrier, and they're very clearly still working on it. So like they've built artificial huts on top, like big pole barns on the end of it.
I think it's physically done now, but it's not like active in service. They're like basically training on it right now because clearly nobody there knows how to work an aircraft carrier because they haven't had one.
Yes.
So it's getting new crews up to speed from ground zero.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just crews either, right? Like it's build and support and.
I mean, what's the playbook for an aircraft carrier?
You got to talk to the U.S. or the UK.
It's like it's a library, right?
Yeah.
Especially for nuclear powered ones. Like, how do you even begin to decipher that system?
Well, it's how to use it effectively, strategically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about an aircraft carrier. It's not a defense. Like it's not a 1 to 200 miles.
No, this is other side of the globe. I want planes there, and I don't want to fly them there.
Correct.
Yeah. And really only fighters. You're not carrying bombers on these things.
I mean, no, you're not carrying like B-52s or anything of any size, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to take off. It's not even close to big enough. Maybe even line a couple up.
You could fly a C-130 off of it and just push bombs out the back.
Yeah, see, I highly doubt you could take off or land a C-130, even empty.
You absolutely can land an empty C-130 on an aircraft carrier. They have, and
maybe
they
empty.
still do
they
it.
Have empty. They have a ridiculous power to weight ratio, but
they're nutty. But yeah, I don't even know that they have appropriate aircraft for an aircraft carrier. That may be their next step, right? Like, well, we've got the aircraft carrier. Now we can develop aircraft for it.
Well, they have 30-year-old MiGs. That's what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or MiG clones.
If you do any reading on like the challenges of getting aircraft for an aircraft carrier, it's like, okay, take your standard land-based aircraft and now add like 10 to 20% weight so you can reinforce the landing gear and add tail hooks and all the weird arresting gear and reinforcement for that and different engines and just by the way, you also have to fold the wings. So now you've got all that apparatus.
Yeah, unless you want to keep everything up on deck. Yep. Yeah, there are a lot of interesting challenges.
Right.
Sorry, I'm also doing a change right now, so.
Good for you.
I'm just finishing up. I just need to send an email and I'm done. Hey, yeah, life goes on.
Mhm.
It's gonna be our most dull show.
Well, yeah, I know. They can't all be polished turds. Sometimes they're just turds.
Really good. Uh, huh. Okay. So yeah, a C-130 can absolutely land on it. Not gonna hook that
Not
up to the
have guessed
catapult
that.
though.
What's that? Can't
Not
take off.
gonna. Well,
Oh,
it's not gonna use the catapult to take off.
wow.
Just saying. Um,
Yeah, it's
It
probably
would
for like
probably rip something off.
yeah, it's probably
so
for
apparently,
its return, right? Like after it's done, it just needs somewhere to go home.
well, they don't need that much runway, and also, like if you've ever seen the demonstration stuff, they can fit rocket pods to them. Um,
Yeah, for short takeoffs.
yep, and they are ridiculously overpowered. So, like,
Well, yeah,
um,
it's a
Supposed to
dump
be.
truck.
Yeah,
Flying dump
yeah.
truck.
uh,
I've always
so
had fascination for the. I think it's the 130 AC. It's the one with the howitzer hanging out the side.
yeah, the gunship.
That's just
It,
cool. And they can't even aim it. They have to aim the plane to aim the aim it.
right.
You just get into a steep bank and you just rain terror on something.
Well, I like that they've got a guy or two devoted to the job of shoveling hot brass out the back of the plane for the miniguns that are also there.
Yeah.
What's your job? I shovel brass.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. Their math, the Navy's math said that they could load 25,000 pounds of cargo and fly 2,500 miles and land it on a carrier.
All right.
So there you go.
You know what would be even more insane than hanging a howitzer out the side of that thing? Get like 3 or 4 of the guns from an A-10. Hang those out the
Oh,
side.
Christ.
I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised they didn't do that.
They've done.
But
They're on their because it's gone through a bunch of iterations. Like
I'm
at least
surprised they're
3 or
not
4.
trying to replace it with an F-35 like everything else.
You know, um, so yeah, I'm trying to, because I, like you, am fascinated by it. I'm actually fascinated by the entire airplane. It's a little crazy, but so they were running a 2 Vulcan cannons out of it and a 40 millimeter Bofors cannon, which doesn't shoot quite as fast, but yeah, they've done different things. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done like 5 or 6.
Just
I mean,
something absurd.
all they got to do is take like a couple of the A-10s that came home without their wings, because apparently that's a thing that happens. And just like, well, strip the other one off and weld it in.
Well, it's Basically, a gun, a titanium bathtub, and a pair of wings. Well, should probably wrap this one up early.
You think?
I mean, as fun as this is.
As fun as this is, we're about to get into military tech talk.
Yeah.
Which is not this channel, though is quite fun.
Well, that could be a different channel.
Sure. We can have a whole ecosystem of polished turds.
That would be impressive.
Perfect. It'll be the Polished Turd Collaborative. Yeah.
You have like a great light behind your monitors. I'm wondering why there's a strip of white right up your face.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. That's weird.
Here, hold on. Wait for it.
There we go.
Oh. Just push your monitors together.
You bet I did.
Gotcha.
I have these great light sources in my, other side of my desk that gives me such cool ambiance, like light strips straight down my face and body.
Yeah.
And if I sit really still, and I keep it there, and it's like a little off center, it makes you wonder, is there something on his camera?
Well, that's why I wasn't sure. I figured it was a strip of light coming between your monitors just based on the positioning, but
what I need is like a lava lamp right there, just to give just a little waviness there.
add a little entropy to that strip of light.
Make the compression algorithm have to work just that much harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty impressive.
I guess I'm surprised you don't have like a couple of Source 4s or something.
I considered it. They're just so power hungry. Like I've got a couple of thousand watts.
And the amount of sunblock you go through.
Yeah. I've got a couple of thousand watts of theatrical lighting sitting around here. I just, it's a couple of thousand watts.
Yeah.
And I am not running a theater here, so
no.
My electric feed does not support that. I've been looking at a retrofit forum just for funsies. But, in all my free time. Maybe I'll assign the kids, here, shove this in that. They'll get it.
Actually, you should borrow some of my panel lights from downstairs.
I could. Then I'd have to turn off the lights, and it's just, What I need to wash out this, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I can crank the gain on the camera, and everything will be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really happy with my solution to my lighting. See, watch. I've got blue tone. I've got amber tone.
Yeah.
I can switch it up.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Indeed.
And on that note.
Yep. It's just one of those days.
Hey, man. We made it an hour.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
And we have a viewer.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Mr. Chimdale Lake Man. This is bitchin' Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Next time?
Next time.
We can promise that we'll try not to suck as bad next week.
We will try.
We will try to promise.
Yes. Thanks.
right.
Beautiful lies right there. Beautiful lies.
Yep.
On that
I
note,
appreciate the fact that you care enough to lie to us. That's means a
Good
lot.
stuff. Yep.
All right. Thank you,
Good.
everyone. Talk to you next week.
Have a
We'll try and actually have some good topics for next week. Figure something out.
next time.
It's been so damn busy.
All right.
All right.
Later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.